Hi guys, Dan Hendriksen here. We're at Torquay Golf Club. We've got another little series for you out on the course. This is going to be professional playing through the eyes of an amateur. So we've got Lee on camera. Say hi, Lee.
Hi everyone.
So you will have seen a series before where Lee played and I told him how to play golf. So basically I told him how I would play and then he had to execute the shots from there. On this series we're going to reverse it. I'm going to play the golf and Lee's going to tell me how he would hit the shots. We're going to play 9 holes. It's a bit windy, so we're not sure what the score is going to be, and we're going to see how I get on playing Lee's way. Let's get out on the golf course. I'm just going to play it how Lee tells me to hit it, alright? I'm not going to try and hit any different types of shapes. I'm just going to purely work on what Lee is telling me where he wants me to go.
Right, Dan, so I won't use driver off this because it's an into off the left wind.
Yep.
And that if I leave the face open, it's always going right. So I would always hit 3-wood for safety.
Okay.
And I would aim about in the middle of the 2 trees in the distance that are sticking up. I'd aim there and let the wind drift it off to the right.
You're not trying to hit a shape or anything
like that?
No,
I just hit it straight that way and let the wind bring it in off the right, off the left into the fairway.
Let's see what we can do then.
Straight on line.
About there?
Right there. I should see that down. And then the wind's taking it round onto the fairway.
Stayed up there, didn't it? And then the wind just drifted it back down to the right hand side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly how I'd have done it.
That's it. 176 playing 158.
8, yeah. Okay. So from here, with the ball just in the rough, but you're blocked out by trees.
Yeah.
So you've got to hit a fade. I would be hitting like a punch fade.
Yeah.
At that small tree, and letting the fade and the
small tree here.
Yeah, that's your sort of
position. Let it move off there.
Yeah, because if I go any further right, I bring the tree into play.
And you want it low.
Yeah, so it's going to be low fade, and then the wind will also help bring it round to the right hand side.
I'll try it
with a 6-iron.
Quite on, it just got over those bunkers and I'll be chipping up on that left hand side there, but not bad, just didn't quite get the shape. Did you get as much shape as you thought it'd get?
No, and it went a bit higher than I thought you'd go as well.
Just coming out of this rough, because it comes out, it just might not shape as much, that's all that was, but that was still a decent shot.
It was a good shot, Lee, well done.
Great shot, Lee. So Lee, not overly confident on that first tee. I could sense it in him when he was talking me through the shot as we stood on that first tee. So he put me into a 3-wood, expecting me to get round the corner there, but that wind was just a little bit stronger. Hit the ball quite well, got a little bit floaty on the wind, and then just sort of moved and stayed up short, kind of on the corner, which to me is a really, really tricky place. I'd rather take the risk off the tee and get it further down there because it does open up a little bit. He just threw me into a kind of bottleneck. And then with the second shot there, you could see I was coming out of this sort of semi-rough with a 6-iron, which is a lot of club into that first hole for me playing and for Lee playing, to be fair. And I was just struggling to get that little bit of control to go under the tree and round towards the green there. So let's see how I get on just off the edge of the green.
You hit it too hard, Dan.
Well, got a bit unlucky there, to be fair. Well, lucky and unlucky, I would say. I would probably, personally, I'd prefer to have ended up in the bunker there, but...
So you've come over the back.
Yeah.
You've got probably about a 20-yard chip to go. So I'd use a 60. I'm not 100% on what the greens are doing, but I think if you can land it 15 yards, so I want you to try and land it about here. So about 5 yards on. And
is it moving anyway? Are you looking that much into it?
I'm literally aiming for the pin.
So you're aiming at the pin, you're not coming up here and looking at the slope on the green. So you're not coming up here and then saying, right, okay, once I land it there, it's going to break this way or that way. Are you getting that much detail or not?
Not really, no. I'm just trying to get it on the green at this point.
Completely honest.
Yeah, I'm trying to just get it on the green at this point.
Okay, fine. So
my skill level.
Aim at the pin.
Yeah, my skill level doesn't allow me to and I'd have done it exactly like that. There's a tap-in par.
It has landed bang on where you wanted it to land, and it's landed here, and luckily this green is really quite flat.
Yeah.
So I think if you'd have probably seen a bit more undulation as you walked up here, you might have given it a bit, but because it's pretty flat, maybe that sort of maybe made you think a little bit differently.
Yeah, it's not, there's not a great deal in it where I just want to get it sort of within 10 feet at this point.
So you're not thinking
so I'm having a par putt.
Yeah, okay.
But I'd have just executed it just like that, really. You know, tapping. That's what I'd have done. Just tap it in.
Is this a, what is this? Is this
it's just straight at
like
it.
A gimme?
Yeah.
You're going straight at it, yeah?
Just straight at it.
Straight at it.
I'm not even lining it up. Straight at it.
You wouldn't even line that up, no?
No, because the green's pretty flat. Good par, Lee.
Lovely par, Lee. Well done, Lee. So I mentioned in there that I'd rather be in the bunker than end up over the back of the green where we ended up there, because obviously I'm coming now from a low point to a high point. It's really hard to get the control, especially out of the rough that I was playing from there. Out of the bunker, I'm a decent bunker player, so I'd feel like I have more control coming out of the bunker into that pin, lots of green to work with. Again, I want Lee to get a little bit more specific in where he wants to land the ball, and I want him to start thinking about what's the green going to do, instead of just sort of saying, oh, I'll get it on the green, give myself a 10-footer. From that shot there, where it was not a high-risk shot, I want him to start getting a little bit more precise in what he's doing. And then with the putt at the end there, I know he's joking around a little bit, but, you know, I've missed many putts over the years, a short putt like that. Give it all your attention. Just make sure you finish off. You don't want to walk onto the next hole with a bogey after playing a really nice chip shot.
Right, Dan, 7 iron.
Yeah.
The wind, although it's not noticeable down here,
yeah,
is clearly coming in off the left. So I would be aiming sort of right edge of that tree there.
Hanging down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sort of hitting a floaty 7 iron.
So not a full 7?
No, just a floaty 7 iron to sort of land on the green soft.
Floaty 7 iron. You can do that. Like that?
Yeah, just exactly like that is how I would have played it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Absolutely the right shot to play there, what Lee saw. Wind howling off our left-hand side. High up in the air, get it sort of riding with the wind, let the wind just bring it in over the top of the trees. I had enough loft there to get it up above the tree line, so it wasn't causing me too much of a problem there. So Lee picked the perfect shot, exactly the same as I would have played it.
Right, Dan, good shot in.
Yeah.
So you left yourself, where's your marker? There, you've got about 15 foot.
Yeah.
I've got it a cop outside left.
Cup outside left.
Yeah. Is where I'd be aiming.
Okay.
And then trying to get it to come in like at...
And are you going at pace or are you going dead weight, let it kind
so
of
I want to be
in?
coming in at about 7 o'clock position on that cup.
Okay. That's good. So you're getting quite precise in your feelings on that. Cup outside, 7 o'clock. I like that. I reckon that would have been 7 o'clock though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, if you'd have just hit it hard enough.
Just a little bit firmer.
Good par though, Lee.
Probably move, yeah, thanks. Thanks, bro. So absolutely love the way Lee approached that putt. A solid par for us on the second hole there, but using a clock face system with the actual cup itself, I think is a really good tip for lots of people to work out with their putting. I think that's a really good one. If you can get the pace correct, I just got the pace a little bit wrong there, but if you can get the pace correct and get it moving into that hole, you can really start to get a good visualization of how that putt's going to roll into the cup. Let's move on to the third. Right,
Danny boy, as an amateur, we hit driver everywhere.
Yeah, other than the first.
Other than the first. But because it's downwind,
yeah.
And I know that if I can get a good drive away, I can sort of clear 300 and just leave myself a wedge in.
Yeah.
I'd be happy even in them bunkers from sort of 100 yards in. So I'd just be getting as close to the green as humanly possible.
So you're going at this?
I'm going at this.
Any particular shape?
So I try and hit a draw off of that sort of light coloured tree there.
Just right at the bunkers.
Yeah, right at the bunkers. I'd be trying to hit a draw there so it comes into that bottleneck in the distance.
You want me to go at this flat out, yeah?
Yeah, you're going like 100% at this one. Not like long drive contest, but just a full 100% shot. Exactly like that, Dan.
Yeah. I'm probably not going to get to those bunkers, but that's the right shape you wanted, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'd have done, and I did.
And you did do that. So such an interesting move with Lee off that third tee. It's like he's getting confident as we're going on through the round. He's like maybe reacting to my round of golf. So I'm playing obviously quite well. I'm hitting the ball quite nicely. But he's got onto the third tee and he's super confident. Now, he wasn't quite that confident off the first tee, but maybe because of the wind, he's reacting to that. So he felt that he could hit driver down that third hole. For me, it was not the right club to be hitting because it just bottlenecks in. It's a massive bottleneck into that hole. And if you would have seen in the previous series that we did, I asked Lee to hit 3-wood, which put him just fractionally back of that bottleneck. For me, luckily I hit a good drive and I got it into the chute of the neck up that par 4, but for me, I just didn't want to be getting that far up. It was putting myself in a really, really tricky position. If I had not got that ball in play, I was really then stuffed to get to the green from there.
Right, Dan, you've got 90 yards playing 94.
Okay, yeah.
My 100-yard club is the 56, so okay. I'd be hitting that. I know it's wind behind, so I'd probably be 3/4 56, maybe 56. Just slightly a little bit more.
Trajectory?
Getting it as high as possible to land soft.
3/4 high floating one then,
yeah. Just left side, yeah, probably about pin high.
Pin high or maybe just a fraction long. I did the shot you wanted there, really.
Yeah, it's just because I struggle to keep the ball low. Everything for me is high.
Yeah.
So it's like, how can I get it high and stop it?
Yeah, okay.
What's the best option? 60, 50, 60 is not long enough. Okay. So 56 is the next option. That
shot in from Lee there from the middle of the fairway, it was a really good position to be. He is not comfortable hitting the ball down low. I always like to play, especially when it's really gusty winds like it was that day. I want to try and get the ball a little bit lower than the way Lee wanted it. He sees it going up in the air. I always think that you're a little bit reliant on the wind. Sometimes that can really knock the ball down. If you don't quite get the right strike, you can get that ball that just sort of just falls out of the air when it's going downwind. Let's see what happened to the result of that shot. Here.
Right, you hit the ball too hard there, Dan.
Yeah. Again, just that get it up on the wind, you see the throw it.
Yeah. Right, let's have a look at this one. Right, so this is sort of where I struggle distance when it comes to putting. I struggle to read greens from a distance.
Right.
You know, like on the first you said there's double breakers and things.
Yeah, you weren't seeing that.
I can't see that. So I would pretty much be committed to a 2-putt and going straight at it.
You're going straight at it?
Yeah, because there's not enough in it
that
I can see to make a difference.
Okay, and so what are you taking into consideration? The slope downhill to the pin, the wind, anything like that?
Yeah, I'd be lagging it to try and sort of get it a foot within 3 foot short.
Yeah.
Rather than giving it a chance to go in, because if I overhit it, it's down the hill. So I'd be committed to a 2-putt. If I hit it too hard, it goes in, bonus. But I'm lagging it up and going, and it's a 2-putt par for me at this point. So you're a little bit anxious about it going too far, aren't you? I'm a little bit anxious to going too far, and I can't read the putt. So I'm thinking it comes in off the right. Yeah. But I'd just be committed to a 2-putt and getting it within 3 feet. That was too soft, Dan.
That's your problem right there, I think.
That was too soft.
Yeah.
Right, let's have a look now. Okay, so now I'm closer, I can see it's in off the right. So I'd be going about 2 inches outside the right of the cup. And then
2 inches outside the right of the cup?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then just going for the putt now.
Being positive?
Be positive with this.
At 2 inches outside right?
Yeah. Don't whack it, but you're going for the putt, not trying to lag it up anymore. Yeah, so the way that moved,
yeah,
I'm just going straight for it now and kicking myself for 3-putting.
okay, straight at it, firm and straight.
Yeah. Good bogey.
Yeah, 3-putt bogey. Wow, never felt so negative. So me playing that putt there, I mean, I've never, like I said at the end there, I've never actually felt that much negativity when I'm standing over a putt. I was trying to die a putt down a hill to a pin that was into wind. It was just getting all a little bit confusing, and I could sense it through Lee's head there. He wasn't comfortable with that putt at all. He was almost accepting 3 putts. What I would like to have seen Lee do was go a little bit more positive, because even if it went past the hole from the first putt with some speed, at least I could have had a read as the ball went past the cup. I could have had a read of that ball then coming back up the slope for my next putt, which would have given me a much better chance. But there was a lot of negativity going in on that first putt, and then the second putt he wanted to be a bit more confident. Well, then I'm massively past, and I mean, I was staring a 4-putt up in that situation, which was not a confident position to be. I think Lee can learn a lot from that. We had a discussion about that off camera after that, but definitely I wanted to see him be a little bit more positive with that first part. It was not an easy situation. So there you go, there's the end of part 1 on this series. We've got 2 more parts coming up, but I'm now 1 over par through 3 holes there. So a lot of emotions going through Lee there, and I'm sensing it as he's sort of sharing it with me. But interestingly, I'm playing pretty good golf. It's tough conditions. I'm hitting the ball quite well, so I'm kind of hitting the shots that Lee's asking me to hit. But I think there's a little bit that he can learn from certainly part 1 there. So part 2 will be same time tomorrow, 6 o'clock UK time. I look forward to seeing you. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up if you like what you're seeing. And as always, stay safe, and I'll see you again tomorrow.